What's going on in the world? I'd like to touch on some of the things that have happened.
Last time we were in there was on Wednesday.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan died.
I said Hulk Hogan died.
You know, he also did all the steroids for 13 years or more. And I think that probably back then when they were doing all that stuff, that puts a strain on your heart.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe.
Big dog. A lot of these guys, they're doing a lot of roids and they're not really with a doctor.
I don't know if we can chalk it up to roids. It's just they do so much with their body. Homicides, suicides count for 20% of the deaths. Wow.
20%? Fuck. That's got to be chalked up to CTE, I guess. Or just whatever.
No.
The Brendan Schaub saga continues this week with the sad realization that maybe his attitude towards his mind and body is taking years off his life rather than adding them on. This is something I've spoken about on this channel a few times in the context of guys like Joe Rogan and Brendan Schaub promoting recreational steroid use and even doing paid ad reads for unregulated substances, which in some cases have open lawsuits against them, such as Rogan's previously owned supplement company Onnit, which produces Alpha Brain. But there was also Brendan's close encounter with those kratom supplements he used to plug on his podcasts, which turned out to be harmful and highly addictive, forcing him to retract his endorsement and telling everyone about how bad they are. I doubt he gave the money back though. Speaking of endorsements, I have an update on Brendan Schaub's latest lawsuit coming soon, so make sure you're subscribed to both of my channels so you don't miss out. Also, don't forget to check out the link in the description to my Patreon for my uncensored exclusive videos covering the usual suspects. As for your boy's latest realization, before I show you his slow-motion panic attack from yesterday's Fighter and the Kid episode, when it dawns on him that his steroid use and CTE are putting him at risk of a premature death, let me give you some context for why this makes him look so stupid from earlier this year.
How are your shoulders?
Good. Yeah.
And yours? Good shoulders?
Good shoulders. I tore my bicep like a month ago probably.
Did you get it fixed or no?
Nah, man.
You don't have to get it fixed? Is it a small tear?
Yeah, it's small tear.
Oh, okay.
I've just been injecting in
BPC?
peptide. You name something. Just
yeah.
Dude. I started taking blue scorpion venom.
What?
Yeah, some scorpion
what are you
venom.
doing?
Some I don't know. Name something.
The brand name is Venom or actual
It's
Venom?
blue venom. They take venom and then
From
put
who?
peptides
Like a
with
snake?
it.
What?
From a fucking scorpion.
Oh, shit.
What
Sick
the
name,
hell,
at least.
dude?
Yeah, they milk scorpions, dog.
Reminds me of shark
Scorpion
cartilage.
jizz.
Dude, I couldn't lift 3 weeks ago. Who
Blue
knows?
Scorpion did it for you?
I don't know. That's the thing. I take so much I don't know.
On the muscle? You put it under your tongue? Like,
No,
what do you do?
you put it under your tongue. Every morning, every night.
Bro.
And I'm like, how much say it take? I'll take double.
Is it? Is there a side effect to it?
Nah, I feel, being
You get
awesome.
poisoned?
Feeling healthy.
Does it make you feel great?
Oh, yeah, I feel great.
Wow. But you're
Now,
doing a lot of stuff. It's hard to
that's
know.
the thing. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know.
That's always a
and then I
problem.
stumbled upon, was it methanol blue?
That's not how you say it. What is the actual?
Methylene?
Methylene.
Dude,
Yeah, I take
it's
that.
on me all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, I take
Do you want some, Gordon?
What is
Yeah, I
it?
take it. 3 or 4 times a day?
Yeah, I
I think
don't know
you're
if-
supposed to do it 1 a day.
Bro. What are we doing here? I got too much shit to get done, dog. Yeah, this one's great from Diesel Subs.
You're like a test rat.
Yeah. When they go, does it work? I think so.
Probably.
Yeah.
Something's working.
One of them's
The
going to
full
work.
combo's working.
One of them's going to work.
In case you missed it, that was the whole scorpion milk drama, where Brendan actually thought they milked scorpions to create a supplement, and then Bryan Callen fact-checked him and explained that it's probably mostly water. And that was the perfect display of Brendan's endless pursuit for Joe Rogan's affection, where he'll try to impress Joe with his willingness to harm his body in the pursuit of Superman-like performance. You know, so he can have the edge over the competition while he sits in his sweaty leather chair upstairs in the storage unit podcast studio, sliding used nicotine pouches down the side of the cushion while squinting at the screen trying to sound out 2-syllable words. This is peak Brendan Schaub. Inject first, ask questions later. Or fuck it, just don't ask questions at all. And I know most of the substances they were talking about in that clip there aren't actually anabolic steroids. They're mostly under-regulated supplements created by savvy corporations who push them out to influencers like Brandon to promote on his podcast that nobody watches. Sorry guys, I'm still recovering from that whole Greg situation. My female AI alter ego triggered some bottled up trauma from years ago that I clearly haven't dealt with properly. But we've all seen both Rogan and Brendan discussing their recreational testosterone use and how much they love it. And whenever I bring this up, it always ends up sparking a debate in the comments. So just to be clear, I'm not talking about TRT. Obviously, there's a place for that if you have a deficiency. I'm talking about guys who take tests so they can get jacked in the gym purely for aesthetic reasons. They're two completely different things. And so when Bryan Callen brought up Hulk Hogan's passing on The Fighter and the Kid yesterday, it led Brendan Schaub down a path of discovery and despair.
Hulk Hogan surprised me.
Yeah,
Malcolm
man.
Jamal Warner, what sucks for him is 2 more famous people died.
I guess he had an operation, and I heard his trachea collapsed. I don't know. At the end of the day, what's interesting about this is that he's 71, and you can have a compromise in your arterial branch. You can have an aneurysm that you don't pick up. You can pick it up on a sonogram if you're good. But overall,
What do you die
have,
from?
your vitals can look totally normal, and then boom, it just breaks.
Cardiac arrest.
Yeah, something happens. There's something wrong with the machinery. And look, man, you know how big he was in his prime? You ever look at that? The
Hulk?
stats?
What you mean size-wise?
6'7", 320. Large.
He's not 6'7".
Well, you might have seen him now that his spine is completely shrunk.
Yeah, I think he's gone a few inches because when I met him, he was on heels.
Yeah.
He's my height.
Yeah. Because
But yeah, he's had all that surgery
yeah,
too.
but he shrunk. But when he was younger, 6'7", he was a tall man.
There you go.
can see
From
it.
numerous surgeries due to wrestling, he's now closer to 6'4". Yeah, like I told you, he's my height,
go.
and he had heels on.
Yep. And then all the surgeries, but he also did all the steroids for 13 years or more. And I think that probably back then when they were doing all that stuff, that puts a strain on your heart,
Yeah,
right?
maybe.
Big dogs, plus you're adding all
Hulk
that
Hogan
stuff.
was so massive. What's weird to me is the people that are like good riddance and all.
What?
It's like get the
Good
to the left. It's like get
one of
the
the
fuck
great
out of here.
Americans.
Brendan just has to be bigger than everyone else. Bro, nobody gives a fuck that you're taller than Hulk Hogan after a bunch of surgeries and in his senior years. If you want to talk about people who wear lifts in their shoes, let's talk about bald dudes slinging dick instead. Yeah, you thought we'd forgotten about that one, huh, Bupper? But I remember listening to this episode in the background last night while I was trolling Greg on Instagram, and as soon as I heard Brandon push back on Hulk Hogan's steroid use as a potential cause of death, my ears pricked up and I knew exactly where this was going.
Well, so I kind of looked at how many of these pro wrestlers haven't made it to 50. It's pretty alarming. There's something about that sport, and
It's so hard on their body.
yeah, man,
It's so
a
hard
lot of
on-
these guys, they're doing a lot of roids, and they're not really with a doctor. And
I don't know
so-
if we can chalk it up to roids. It's just they do so much with their body.
Well, there's a lot of drugs. There's a lot of
There's a lot of
tranquilizers,
a lot of painkillers. Yeah, don't say tranquilizers,
And then
but
there's a lot of
painkillers.
steroids and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And then
Bring up how many WWE guys died before 50.
It's crazy. Dorian Yates was saying that. Dorian Yates was saying, I know so many people that I worked
Over
out.
480
Damn.
have died before the age of 50.
Jesus.
Damn. Yeah, because they go hard in the paint.
They go hard in the paint. They go hard in the paint.
Yeah, I think they're burnt hard from both ends. And then also the amount of wear and tear on your body doing that sport's insane.
They're also giant men, so
Yeah.
I think that has something to do with it.
Yeah, there's not too many guys who are small who get into WWE.
Yeah. And they're so big, but they're probably doing an irresponsible amount of crazy, the big steroids like Tren and stuff. And I think
Deccan.
that works wonders on your heart there.
Oi, Brendan, what the fuck is WE? Bro, it's not even a full word, it's just 3 letters. Come on, man, what are we doing here, B? The only thing worse than the amount of wear and tear professional wrestlers put their bodies through is the amount of cope coming out of Brendan's mouth as he sits there in complete denial that steroid abuse is a contributing factor toward premature death in pro wrestlers. This little copium session from Brendan is as transparent as his wife's thirst trap posts on Instagram. He was scrambling scrambling through his empty head, searching for every excuse under the sun, trying to convince himself that steroids don't have side effects. That's right, Brendan, they die young because they go hard on the paint. Nothing to do with all the shit they take to stay jacked with low body fat well into their 40s and 50s. And let's not act like he hasn't been around elite athletes before. How is it possible that he's gotten this far in life, competed in multiple sports at an elite level, and it hasn't once occurred to him that maybe abusing your body is not sustainable? Sounds like that scorpion milk went straight to his head. At this point, though, it was all starting to dawn on him. If pro wrestlers are dying young, then what about NFL players?
Isn't that crazy?
A lot of guys.
It's a crazy stat. It really is a crazy
But Chin,
stat.
do me a favor. How many NFL players died before 50? I mean, obviously there's more guys. There's more guys
in the NFL,
yeah,
right?
but still. Okay.
Oh my God.
A ton.
A single study of 3,850 revealed that those who qualify as obese were twice as likely to die before age 50 compared to their. Yeah, they were just heavy as shit, right?
22% of all deaths were contributed to heart disease. Again, I think the common factor is NFL players, WWE, they're all big people.
Big. And also
We're
NFL guys,
They're like Great Danes.
Fat. They get fat as fuck. You know, they just do. Some of the like linemen and stuff like that, and I mean, they just get way, way fat.
Heart disease was the cause of death. Homicide, suicides account for 20% of the deaths. Wow.
20%? Fuck. That's got to be chalked up to CTE, I guess. Or just whatever.
No.
All right, guys, let's get serious for a second here. Brendan has nothing to worry about. He's never played in the NFL. But first it was the juice, and now it's the CTE. That slow realization from Brandon that he's got two major risk factors was actually kinda hard to watch. It was at this point that I actually started feeling sorry for him. This always happens with Bubba. Covering this guy is such an emotional roller coaster. See, guys like Andrew Schultz and Bert Kreischer, they lean into the cringe and use it to maintain relevance. But Brendan's just a straight up dumbass. Like, I genuinely believe that he's never really thought about the side effects of his steroid use and all of the head trauma he's endured over the years.
I think it's interesting that some people
hold
suffer
on, go
from
up, Chin.
CTE
This is
and some
wild.
don't.
73.5% of the 517 NFL players' death occurred before the age of 70.
Yeah. Wow. That's kind of nuts.
So the average NFL player died at the average age of 60.
What?
Compared to
Wait,
MLB 66.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Rates of NFL and NBL. Knowing that NFL players died at an average rate of 59.6. What the Dude, that's my age. Damn.
Yeah, but these are big boys.
They're big boys.
And you're talking about 30 years of running into people.
Just running into people.
But also like training really hard,
Yep.
like the wear and tear on your body.
Yeah, it tears your body up. And
I'm
I
surprised
think a lot of them just gain a lot of weight, don't they?
I don't know about that. But then also, MLB, the average death is 67
That's
years old.
shocking too, by the way.
Yeah, because that's not.
That's shocking.
It might just be athletes in general are dying.
I
early.
think athletes, but I think that's got to be chalked up to their size. You know?
Maybe.
And I also think that,
Because this is 1979, 2013.
That's
They weren't
crazy, bro.
huge like they are now.
they're pretty big.
What about NBA? I think they're all just bigger people.
Yeah, that's another good question. Let's see NBA. Damn. Wow.
Wow, nearly one in five
do not live to see their 50th birthday.
'cause
What
they're
are you
fucking
talking
huge.
about?
Risk factors like lifestyle choices, career-related injuries, pre-existing conditions.
Yeah.
Also, they're just Great Danes.
They're Great Danes. They're Great Danes. I would imagine too, with anti-inflammatories, all the drugs you're taking all the time, painkillers, that's got to have something to do with it.
It's all heart-related.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn.
Shit.
That's crazy, man.
I wonder what UFC is.
Believe it or not, that actually made me feel kinda sad. I mean, this guy has a wife and 3 kids, and he's only just realizing that the decisions he's made, and in some instances continues to make, have caused him long-term irreversible damage. And don't get me wrong, I don't think Brendan deserves any of the harmful side effects of his steroid use or the effects of CTE. My point is that he spent years bragging about taking everything under the sun, doubling and tripling the doses, joking about it in front of Rogan to make him laugh and to get his approval, But now at the age of 42, he's finally realizing that he's fucked himself. Like, how embarrassing is that? To just sit there on a podcast, biting your nails as you read off a screen, searching for excuses as to why athletes in sports that are known for steroid abuse are dying early. And it wasn't just me that noticed. Bryan Callen could see where Brendan was going with all the questions, telling Chin to bring up the NFL data, and then finally the UFC.
UFC can't be high.
I feel like you are going to live longer.
Dude, I did. So Ways to Well has this test you can take.
Yeah.
And it looks for all cancer cells in your body, like before they become cancer.
Yep.
So you donate all this blood and they run all of it to see if there's any, and it catches it before it's a problem.
That's right.
I just got the call before the show. Your boy's in the clear.
Yeah.
I was like, really? Nothing?
But you even though you've never actually been an addict, you went through a little stage where you were drinking and taking Adderall, but you have an addictive personality.
Yeah.
But you've always worked out.
Yeah.
And you've always eaten well.
Yeah.
And you've always, so there's all that, I feel like. I don't know.
Do you have any cancer in your family though?
In my family?
Yeah, aunts, uncles.
My mom had it in her thyroid. All my grandparents had it too.
So it does run your. That's like. You're very lucky then.
But your family's fairly long lived, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Grandma was like 98. Then I was 99, I think.
Yeah.
UFC hasn't been around that long, but it can't be better odds than the NFL or NBA.
No.
It can't be good.
No. Although
I have
they're
3
a little
years
smaller.
left.
They're a little smaller,
Yeah, it depends.
right?
But not the light heavyweights and heavyweights. They're size NFL guys.
There's some big
they're
boys.
huge.
Some big boys. Yeah.
And they're cutting weight. So it's even harder on your body. So the lighter weights are cutting weight.
Yeah.
Which is even worse for you.
Yeah. You're taking some shots to the head.
So Chin didn't end up looking up the stats for MMA fighters, so I did a quick Google to see what the numbers were like, and as you'd expect, it wasn't good. I know this isn't a comprehensive analysis, it's just a Google search, but that's exactly what Chin was doing in those clips there. And what do you know, the main cause of premature death in MMA fighters is head trauma. Credit to Rogan though, he's never shied away from this discussion, and he's done a lot over the years to spread awareness for CTE and the damage fighters are doing to their bodies. But also, fuck Joe Rogan for promoting PEDs and steroids to a whole generation of men, including Brandon. I know so many guys who are on the gear and justify it by saying, well, Joe Rogan does it and he's fine. We're at the point now where scrawny comedians like Tony Hinchcliffe are taking tests while having shitty diets and smoking cigarettes. And it's not like it's a secret. They all go to the same doctors at Ways to Well. I think Rogan even pays for some of his buddies to go down there and get sorted out. That whole Austin comedy scene has turned into the biggest cash cow for all those doctors who keep pumping them full of shit they don't need. And where did Bryan Callen get the idea that Brendan's on a good diet? How many times have we heard him shitting on Bryan since they moved to Texas for not eating barbecue the right way? Bryan will say he ordered the lean barbecue option with a side of veggies, and Bappa will call him gay. Like, this is what it's come down to. They've completely revived middle school humor while dressing like Gen Z fuckboys, but have the biological clocks of boomers who drink too much. Like I said, guys like Brandon make it real hard to feel sorry for them. Anyway, that's enough ranting for today. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and make sure you subscribe to both of my channels so you don't miss out on my uploads throughout the week. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.